Hello everyone, welcome to this Twin Flame Pick a Card Tarot reading. This is going to be an energy update specifically designed for twin flames in mind, although if you also identify as someone connecting with a high-level soulmate, this reading may apply to life partner connections and high-level soulmate connections as well. In this reading, I am going to have you select one of 3 cards, and based upon the card you choose, I am going to be giving you a collective energy reading. And although I say collective, I do try to get as specific as I possibly can within these readings. So this means I will be using letter initials, potential signs that could be involved with these energies, as well as very hyper-specific messages and anything else that I channel through spirit and through my own intuition. Because these messages are so specific, please keep in mind that I am simply channeling everything that comes through. Some of it may apply to you and some of it may be for someone else. So simply take whatever resonates and leave everything else. By the way, if you enjoy these readings, please do let me know in the comments. I'm still relatively new to doing pick-a-card readings like this, and I would love to know which of these messages resonated with you during this reading, as well as ideas for future tarot or pick-a-card readings that you would like to see on my channel. I also just want to take a moment to introduce myself, because I know that our community here is growing so quickly. There are so many of you beautiful souls now out there listening, and I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. I often say this on this channel, but I reiterate it because it is so true that each and every one of you is a co-creator of these videos, of these readings, of this information. So I am so grateful for your energetic contribution to this channel simply by sharing this virtual space here with me. But for those of you who are new, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. If you are new, I also want to let you know that throughout these readings and all of my tarot and pick-a-card readings, you may hear me occasionally recommend a specific subliminal. I know that subliminals are a relatively new concept taking hold within the law of attraction and spirituality community, but I would like to take a moment just to share a little bit about them, because subliminals have been the single most powerful and transformative tool in my life. And I say have been, but they continue to be, because I continue to listen to subliminals every single day just to help me ground my energy, clear my energy field, and magnetize myself for the things I desire to attract and create in all areas of my life. For those of you who are new to my channel, subliminals are meditation tracks that contain spoken affirmations. I know many of you are familiar with saying affirmations aloud or in the mirror, and this is what I tried to do for a very long time, but tactics like affirmations and visualization did not work for me. I saw no results using these techniques alone. And I now realize why this is, because I was only tackling the conscious part of the brain through these methods. And research shows over and over that this conscious part of the mind really only dominates 5% of our total brain power. And in law of attraction terms, that means that the conscious mind, our conscious thoughts, are really only impacting 5% of our energy and having only that minuscule impact on what we attract back as a result of that energy into our lives. So the reason that subliminals were so powerful for me is because unlike these conscious spoken affirmations or tactics, the affirmations in subliminal tracks are masked, they are hidden to the conscious mind. And the way this works is they are embedded within other meditation sounds, music, and frequencies, just depending on the nature of that specific track. And the messages contained within them are designed to help you shift or transform certain areas of your life by reprogramming that 95% of the subconscious mind. So when I started listening to subliminals, I still remember the first one I listened to was for confidence, and I had very low confidence at that time. But even just this one 20-minute session a day for confidence caused me to go from being very low confidence, very low self-esteem, to feeling this just unstoppable, bulletproof sense of confidence within weeks that actually caused me to quit this soul-sucking job I was in and manifest my dream career within literally just a few weeks of beginning to listen to subliminals. So obviously, I became very passionate about them because of how impactful they'd been for me. And so I actually started creating them myself. And this is how my website and soul passion project, Sound and Soulful, was born. As you can see on the screen, on this website, I have created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So some of these are designed for physical appearance changes. Some are for mood shifts like confidence and happiness. Some are for relationships, even for attracting a specific person into your life. But for twin flames specifically, I have an entire section of subliminals dedicated entirely to you. And you can try out any of the subliminals I've created completely free for 7 days when you create a trial account on my website. So I will leave more information about my subliminals in the pinned comment and the description box. And I just wanted to share about that because throughout the readings, I like to not only channel these messages, but also give you a way to apply them in real time to actually work with the current energies in order to shift them, in order to begin manifesting the changes you desire to experience within this twin flame relationship and within your life more broadly. So I may be mentioning specific subliminals in each of the card readings, and when I do, I will link that particular subliminal beneath your timestamp in the pinned comment. So with all of that being said, I am now showing an image on the screen of the 3 cards I have selected for today's reading. As always, please choose a card using your intuition, that intuitive pull inside of you, and not your eyesight, not appearance, but where your heart, where your soul is pulling you. My favorite method for this is to close my eyes and then open my eyes and see where my eyes are drawn right when I open them. So use whatever method works for you. Pause this video if you have to. And in the pinned comment and the description box, I will leave the timestamps so you can go ahead and head on to your reading. Thank you so much again for joining me here in this time and space for this twin flame reading, and enjoy. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the first card, then this reading is for you. And just to remind ourselves of our intention here, the intention for this reading is to sense into the energy currently between you and your twin flame. And the purpose of this is for you to better understand how your twin flame may be feeling in this moment, how you may be feeling in this moment, and what the energies are playing like between the two of you. So I'm going to start with my favorite deck, which is my Energy Oracle Cards deck. And I'm going to start just by pulling 3 cards. I like to pull 3 cards in the beginning just to give us a general idea of what's going on within your connection so that we can then kind of deepen our understanding of the energies from there. So I've already pulled 2 cards for you, and I'm going to just pull 1 more. and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, group number 1. You have a very beautiful spread here. The first card I pulled for you is Door to Value. I rarely pull this card, so I'm very interested to know how this plays into the energy of your situation. I want to read just a little bit about this card because honestly, I'm not quite sure yet how this will connect to you and your twin flame. I don't normally see this card in a love reading. New beginnings in finance or career. So I just heard in my head business venture. I feel like you or your twin flame has been doing a lot of self-work in regards to finance. And I just heard beginning to open. This card shows these doors beginning to open to this vault holding limitless amounts of gold and treasure. And I heard beginning to open, so I feel as though actually for a long time, for either you or your twin flame, this door has been very closed, even locked tight. You've been knocking on the door of abundance and feeling as though it hasn't been opening for you. But a new beginning is going to open up for you, or already is opening up for you in abundance. And I feel as though there's a conscious awareness of this because either you or your twin flame has actually recently made some kind of move. I saw a chessboard, like you were making some kind of strategic move in business. You were moving forward confidently, doing that kind of healing work on yourself when it comes to attracting holistic abundance into your life. And I specifically heard holistic because I feel as though in the past, abundance has come to you in a very non-holistic way, meaning in a way that wasn't integrated with your mind, body, and soul. You may have had enough, but you may have also felt as though, I heard soul sucking, as though you were doing something or manifesting this money in a way that felt forced or felt out of alignment. Or maybe in some ways, some of you are still coming out of this energy, but I feel as though a lot is shifting here for you. So I'm just going to read a little bit about this. This card shows a door with a gold coin on it, opening to a place that's filled with light and bright potential. I hear for many of you, I heard realizing your potential. I feel several of you are just beginning to realize how much is available to you, not just in regards to finance, but beginning to realize your worth and your value. I just heard that very strongly. I feel that if this isn't applying to you in terms of money or finances or career, I feel as though some of you are truly beginning to realize your own value. You are opening the door to your self-value. You are realizing your own limitless self-worth. And I just heard that some of you are valuing yourself more through self-care rituals. I feel some of you have recently established some kind of new self-care ritual in order to better value yourself in some kind of way. Maybe this has been some new eating regime or exercise routine or meditation practice or something that you've done in order to, and I heard increase your value as well. I feel as though many of you are doing some kind of self-work that is either increasing your monetary value, your financial value in the workplace or with some business endeavor, or if it's not related to business, that you are bettering yourself through. I saw someone reading intently these inspirational books. I feel as though studying is what I heard also. Some of you may be studying as a student or studying simply inspirational or spiritual material in order to better yourself, better your mind, better your life, and step forward into your confidence, into your power. I'm sorry, I'm feeling such a strong energy of pride. I feel my heart just welling up with pride, and I feel part of that is your own self-pride that you're feeling for yourself, because even though some of those goals and dreams may have not manifested yet, I feel like when you stop and look at your progress, at your life, you can truly see how much work you've done on yourself and how valuable you are as a person, and you can feel so much pride. And I have to say, group number 1, I feel pride for you. I am proud of you. I feel many of you have been longing to hear that. you've been doing all this work and longing to hear someone say, I am proud of you. So if you've been needing to hear that, then I am telling that to you now. Your guides are proud of you. Spirit is proud of you. And within your twin flame connection, your twin flame's higher self is proud of you. They can sense all of this shifting work you've done, all of this healing work you've done on yourself. And they remember that whenever you value yourself more, your twin flame in the 3D values you more as well, because this energy is always mirrored. So the more work you're doing on yourself, the more you are coming into deeper harmony and balance with your twin flame. Which, by the way, for any of those of you who are resonating with releasing money blockages, moving forward in either business or some new career in some way, I have created a very powerful 7-chakra money clearing subliminal. This is one that I like to personally use in my own subliminals routine, and this is designed to assist you in clearing away money blocks, because the reason many of us struggle to manifest wealth and finances and abundance, the abundance we naturally deserve and desire, is because we hold on to these negative subconscious belief patterns. These negative ideas about money literally become stuck in our energy field and hold this wealth, this abundance apart from us. So if that is resonating with you, you can check out that 7-chakra money clearing subliminal I've created, which will be under your timestamp in the pinned comment of this video. So the next card I pulled for you is one of my favorite cards from this whole deck, which is the 7th chakra Archangel Uriel. And it's just this beautiful, magnificent card with this angelic being radiating this purple light. I feel as though many of you may feel really drawn to amethyst crystal right now, or the color purple. And this might sound really strange, but if you're feeling kind of drawn to either purple light or the color purple or amethyst, this is a sign that you are shifting your energy right now within this 7th chakra, within this crown chakra. Also, if you are experiencing tingles on the top of your head, or even kind of coming down the top of your head to your forehead, this is a sign of your crown chakra opening up. And I'm actually seeing this in connection with the door to value. I am seeing that you are using your divine guidance, because the crown chakra is really deeply connected to our own connection to our higher self and to the divine. And I feel as though you are clearing your crown chakra right now in a very powerful way, and that as a result of this, you are actually manifesting abundance, along with, just like I said earlier, holistic abundance in a spiritual way. And I feel many of you in the past have struggled with ideas that you can't be both financially abundant and spiritual. And I feel like this is a major block that is being cleared for you right now, and that I just heard this divine channel is the avenue through which your abundance will flow. So for some of you, I feel like this is the answer to a question that some of you have been asking. How do I open that door of abundance? How do I manifest wealth and abundance in my life? And this is telling you that the avenue by which your abundance comes to you is through your gifts. I just heard follow your passion. When you follow your soul's passion, you will find the doorway to your most holistic and highest self. Abundance created from the soul and not from the ego. And I know that this seems a little unrelated to twin flames. This is just what's coming through very strongly for you. Group number 1, and it all is connected to your twin flame, because whenever you do this healing, this shifting, this energetic work on yourself, you are manifesting a deeper union with your twin flame. They can feel those shifts. So I am going to read in later on as to exactly what is going on with your twin flame specifically, because I do want to read in more specifically to that connection, since this has been more about, I feel, you, group number 1, and the kind of shifting and energetic work you've been doing on yourself. The third card I pulled for you is Adjacent Possibilities, but it's in the reversed position, which is an interesting reading, an interesting energy rather. So I'm going to just read a little bit about this to see what this means for you, group number 1. Many unconsidered options, that's what it means in the upright position. But reversed, the Adjacent Possibilities card is warning you to be careful not to miss an unknown opportunity because you're too married to your agenda. It's also asking you to turn inward with a willingness to shake up your old unhealthy patterns and inner habits. The power of your life force moves through your deeply held habits, projecting your energy out into the universe and calling back your results. In this way, your ongoing thoughts and beliefs are really your defining moments, and in every next moment, you have another energetic choice. I really feel that with this card. So I'm hearing for some of you, you actually have a lot of options when it comes to moving forward in some way in your life. Again, I feel for many of you, this is in regards to finance, to career, to your avenue of creating financial abundance in your life. And I feel like you're being asked with whatever choice or diversion in this path that you're being faced with to truly turn within to your own inner guidance, and specifically in connection with this 7th chakra card, to truly get in touch with the divine forces guiding your life, to remain open-minded when it comes to moving forward with this decision. And I know that that's not a very specific message, but I feel that if this applies to you, you will know how it applies. I'm also being guided to tell you not to force this into being. Whatever this choice is, for those of you who feel as though you have a choice coming up in the future, I feel for some of you this may be in regards to whether to stay at a job or to leave. For others of you, I feel like this may actually be to do with a relationship, maybe even a third-party relationship, whether to stay or to leave. You're being faced with some kind of choice or decision. And I'm hearing that it's very, very important for you to focus on crown chakra clearing at this time, meaning clearing away any negative ideas or beliefs or doubts that are preventing you from fully connecting with those divine forces that are guiding your life, that are shifting everything into place, to truly focus first on shifting the energy within you. And I just heard for some of you, actually, in regards to your twin flame connection, this won't be all of you, but I feel like some of you have been trying to force something within the twin flame connection, trying to push something into being. And you're kind of aware, I feel, that you've been pushing this a little bit, and you're really being asked to take a step back, to take a breath, and to simply tune into yourself. I always say, tune into yourself before tuning out into the world, because the energy of our lives and situations always shifts first, and then the manifestations follow after. And this is even more true in the twin flame connection than anything else, because within this connection, everything is based upon energy, our interactions with this person, how deep and fulfilling and 3D our connection is with them. All of that stems from energy. The energy is like the root, and then all of those manifestations, what we would call the love and romance of it, everything happening with this person in the physical world is like the leaves of the tree. So we need to focus on what's going on at the root, and then everything manifesting at the level of the leaves will be just as it is supposed to be and as we desire it to be. But it's all about truly focusing on the energetic core of the situation, which for those of you resonating with this message or feeling as though you're pushing, If you are a member on my subliminal site, I would really focus right now on utilizing my 7-chakra clearing for twin flames specifically. So this is designed to clear away any negative subconscious blockages stored within the 7 chakras, specifically in regards to this connection. So that subliminal will be also linked along with the one I mentioned earlier under your timestamp in the pinned comment if you are interested in that. So far, we've gotten some very specific messages in regards to you individually, group number 1, but I really want to feel more about your connection. I'm not getting a lot of information right now about your twin flame. I'm not sure if this is because for some of you there's been kind of a silence. I'm feeling kind of a silence going on, so I don't know if you're in connection, that may mean that things just feel steady. If you aren't in 3D connection with this person right now, meaning you aren't communicating much or aren't speaking, this may mean that things are simply shifting energetically. And in the 3D, things may look somewhat stagnant to you, but I'm not quite sure about that yet. So I am going to pull some more energy oracle cards for you just to feel into your situation a little bit more. So Spirit, what's going on with group number 1 and their twin flame? What is group number 1 experiencing within their twin flame connection at this time? What does group number 1 need to know about their twin flame connection? Okay, so I just pulled 3 more cards for you right now. Oh, okay, another beautiful spread. So the first card from this spread I pulled was the appreciation card, and instantaneously, because I see in this picture a woman standing alone holding a rose. I feel for some of you, you may in the 3D be by yourself. So some of you listening may actually be single and not in a 3D connection with your twin flame. And others of you may have just felt somewhat as though you're standing alone. I'm not so much feeling a very strong loneliness for most of you, but as though you are finding your footing and standing on your own 2 feet alone. And the beautiful thing about this card specifically is the woman is surrounded by these weeds and brambles, but she is untouched by them. And I feel as though you are just this radiant, beautiful being, group number 1. I can just feel this beautiful, strong, confident energy coming off of you through this reading. I do want to read a little bit about this card just to see if we can get any more messages. This card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom. So what I'm already feeling is you will really benefit group number 1 by focusing on the present moment. I feel as though some of you in the past have been caught up on ruminating on the past, specifically in regards to this twin flame connection, maybe over analyzing situations or becoming fixated on past events with this person, or in contrast or alternatively fixated on the future, really worrying about the outcomes or trying to control. But I'm feeling this is kind of a past energy because I feel many of you have really grown past this. I feel that you are being guided to continue with this healing work, this shifting work you've been doing on yourself, both energetically and through the forward momentum of action. And I'm also really feeling guided to tell you, if you aren't doing this already, to really stop and smell the roses. Focus yourself in the present, ground yourself in the present, because the past is unchangeable and doesn't matter. And the future will take care of itself. We will be divinely guided perfectly into the perfect unfolding of this connection in the future. And I feel that some of you needed to hear that it is safe to simply relax and appreciate the beauty of this present moment, and to release that need to overanalyze the past or to try and control the future. You are safe, secure, and exactly where you need to be in this moment. And I'm just saying that because I feel that someone really needed to hear that message right now. The next card I pulled for you is Patience in the upright position. Peaceful presence, letting go of desperation. That's just what I said, guys, with the presence. I'm feeling that your presence, your presence of mind, body, and spirit in the moment, enjoying the present moment, is very important for you right now. I just saw someone doing yoga. So either I feel some of you have established some kind of movement routine, whether it's a yoga routine, a stretching routine, or if you haven't yet, I feel that moving your body in this kind of relaxing, grounding kind of way would be really helpful for you at this time. Just finding a way to cultivate and shift and enjoy this current energy, to do the energy work within in the present moment, and not to get stuck in the ego when it comes to the past or the future. I'm just going to read a little bit more of this card. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. I feel already from the fact that this card, the illustration of this card, is set in winter in the snow, that some of you may have felt a metaphorical coldness or stagnancy within your connection to your twin flame. This won't be for all of you, but I feel as though some of you may have felt a kind of cold energy from them, or they've seemed kind of distant in the recent past in some way. But here you are standing in this radiant, beautiful energy, and you are learning to cultivate that energy, to be brave and fearless and present within this cold winter. You aren't fazed by it, just like this first card with this woman surrounded by brambles, and now with this second card with this angel surrounded by snow and ice. I feel as though you may have been surrounded by less than desirable circumstances emotionally within your connection, where things either felt distant or disconnected or thorny in some way. But I feel that in spite of this, you are standing tall in your power. You are learning to be confident in spite of these 3D circumstances, and you are being applauded for that right now. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. So yeah, from releasing urgency, I feel there's so much time kind of illustration coming up here. I keep hearing the message of time, past, present, future, that many of you are either feeling a lack of time, feeling as though you aren't healing or changing fast enough, or you felt this way in the past, or you found yourself dwelling too much on the past or focusing too much on the future, and you've really lost or gotten lost in your concept, your ego-based concept of time. But I feel like you are or already have released a lot of this mentality, and you're being guided to continue finding peace in the present moment. I know I've reiterated that message quite a bit, but Spirit is sending that through very, very strongly. And the third card I pulled for you is the Broken Heart, but in reverse. So I'm just going to read a little bit about this card. I was feeling already drawn to this affirmation included within this message. I don't normally read this, but I feel that some of you listening may need to hear this affirmation. I release the pain of the past and to live with compassion for myself. Love heals and renews me now. So I feel some of you may have needed that healing message, but let's read a little bit more about this card. The broken heart reversed marks a time of renewal into hope. The pain and trauma are behind you now, and you can trust that greater joy is on the way. Whatever has happened to you hurt you in the past, but you're free to move on. Yes, so this just really reframes that message we've been saying throughout this whole reading for you, group number 1. That in the past you may have experienced some kind of pain, some kind of separation, some kind of coldness within this connection that caused you to feel heartbreak, to feel pain. Maybe I just felt kind of a jolt in my heart center. I feel as though some of you have actually physically felt this through your heart chakra, felt this pulling, felt this aching in your heart. You felt your heart quite literally breaking wide open because of this twin flame connection. But I feel you are being told not to worry, because all of that heartbreak is behind you. You have been doing the healing work on yourself. The energy of this situation is shifting. And I just keep seeing you energetically on this cusp between shifting energy and manifestation. I feel like you are right there. And that's really also going back to that card we first pulled with the doorway, the door to value. I feel as everything is right on the cusp of a new beginning for you, both in life and within this connection. I feel as though you intuitively can already sense that you're right on the brink of it. And for some of you, this may be frustrating because you're thinking, why can't I just get over that edge, get through the doorway? But you are right there, and you can trust that everything is continuing to unfold in perfect time as long as you continue to focus day to day on your own energetic shifting, balancing, creating that energetic harmony within you that will then manifest between you and your twin flame as a deepening of your 3D connection and a kind of natural magnetism that pulls you together effortlessly in this physical world as well. But again, I feel as though many of you already know this. I feel that many of you listening are highly intuitive beings and have already sensed much of this yourself in your heart and soul. And this is really just a kind of confirmation you may have come to this reading looking for at this time. So now I am going to be sharing some potential letter initials that may be associated either with your name, first, middle, or last, your twin flame's name. Sometimes they spell words or just anything else kind of associated with you, your twin flame, your connection. And as I always say, coming into these more hyper-specific parts of the reading, I know many of you really enjoy this hyper specificity, but for others of you, I know it may not resonate. So as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And today, rather than the cards, I'm going to be trying out something new by actually using these letter dice that I bought. So I have 6 dice and I'm going to be rolling all of them. So Spirit, what letter initials are associated with group number 1's twin flame or group number 1's twin flame connection? Okay, so the letters that came up were L, F, S, H, M, and then one was a wild roll, so I'm going to re-roll it, and N. So if any of those letters resonated with you, take whatever resonates. And now I am going to be pulling some cards, potentially what either your twin flame sign may be, any third-party energies that may be involved, your own sign, or signs that simply may be strong in either of your charts. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a few of those now. So Spirit, what signs are associated with group number 1 or group number 1's twin flame? What signs are associated with group number 1? Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries. So I'll pull just a couple more. And Gemini. So if any of those signs resonated with you, this could be a sign in your chart, your twin flames chart, or with any kind of third-party connection that may be involved in your connection. Okay, so now I am going to pull a few messages from one of my favorite decks, the Lover's Oracle card deck. So I just want to know, Spirit, what does group number 1's twin flame's higher self want them to know at this time? And I tried to pull one card, but I ended up accidentally pulling 2, but there are no accidents in the universe, so both of these messages may be for you. The first card is reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. So this really goes back to, I do feel that some of you listening are in a kind of separation, either emotionally, physically. And I saw this through the images of the woman standing alone, the angel alone in the snow. There's been some kind of distance in your connection, but you're being asked to trust in this situation, whatever kind of distance you are experiencing. If this message is for you, know that you can trust that things are shifting. Things are shifting energetically, and that will manifest in your 3D connection as well. And the second card I pulled is Embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. I feel as though I just saw two puzzle pieces fitting together. I feel as though this is reminding you that your twin flame is feeling the depth and beauty of your connection just as you are feeling it. And I specifically say that, although I don't normally channel that card in that way, but I feel as though some of you have had a little bit of doubt as to what your twin flame is feeling at this time. And I feel like this is your twin flame speaking directly to you, feeling as though you are their missing puzzle piece, that you fit perfectly together with them like puzzle pieces. But I feel that at the same time, they're on a higher level, asking for some kind of space or distance or time. I just keep hearing time, as though they may need time to still heal, to come into balance within themselves, or to grow in some way within their life in order to make space in some way for this connection. And for others of you, I feel as though this was simply meant, this message came up simply for the word embrace. I feel as though your twin flame energetically is offering you this kind of embrace, this kind of encouragement along your journey, because as I said earlier, I feel as though you've done a lot of self-growth, and on a higher level, your twin flame's higher self wants you to know that they feel, sense, and acknowledge that growth, and that they are so proud of you, that they can energetically sense all of the healing you've done upon yourself and all of the ways you are choosing to participate in your own self-healing journey and transform yourself and your life. So if that resonates with you, you will know who you are. And the very last thing I'm going to do for you, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I am going to pull just a few words or phrases or things that your twin flame may be wanting to say to you at this time, because I feel as though there is more that they may want to say. So Spirit, what does group number 1's twin flame want to say to them at this time? What does group number 1's twin flame want to say? Of course, I pulled Please Wait. I was probably guided to these cards just for this. So this really just reaffirms what I've been saying with this message of having patience with this person through this process, having trust in the connection, trust in the ways that energy shifts. I just keep seeing this tree. I feel as though long ago, you planted the seed of this connection and you've been watering it. You've been doing the healing work on yourself. You've been growing those strong roots beneath the surface. But those roots have to grow very deep before the first sign of anything sprouts above the surface, above the earth. And I feel as though many of you needed that kind of confirmation that sometimes progress can be invisible in the 3D for quite a while. It must take root energetically first and deepen itself energetically before it manifests above the earth in this metaphor. So know that you are on the right track, and your twin flame is simply asking for you to have patience with them and to wait for them at this time, because they are feeling your upward growth, and they, as a result of being your perfect energetic mirror, are doing this work on themselves as well. So that is all I have for you today, group number 1. I hope this reading resonated with you, and if it did, please subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. If you'd like to access the subliminals I mentioned in this reading, which were the 7 chakra money clearing subliminal and the 7 chakra twin flame clearing subliminal, you can access those by checking out the links in the pinned comment under your timestamp or in the description box. When you sign up for a free trial on my website, you can use either of these subliminals as well as any of the more than 100 subliminals I have available for members. So have a wonderful rest of your week, group number 1, and I hope to talk to you again in the next reading. Hello, group number 2. If you chose the second card on the screen, this is your reading. So just as I began to say your group name, I was feeling really pulled to the lapis lazuli stone that I had sitting on my desk, which, since the stone is connected to the throat chakra and the third eye chakra, I feel as though this is going to play some kind of role in your reading, either in regards to you doing some kind of clearing work on these chakras or having some kind of opening within these chakra centers, or just these chakras having some kind of major role in your connection or your life more broadly. So it'll be interesting to see what's coming up as far as that goes. But the first thing I would like to say is that I will be pulling as many specific messages as I can from this reading. So as I said in the intro, take what resonates, leave whatever doesn't resonate, but we will be just sensing into your energy, your twin flames energy, any messages that come through in regards to whatever you need to hear in connection to your twin flame, or even sometimes your life. I never really know what's going to come through for these readings. For group 1, we actually got messages related to career, to finance, to really individual personal development, which of course ties into the twin flame connection, but I never really know what message is going to come through, and so I like to just leave these readings a little bit open-ended and allow you to just receive from it whatever you may need to hear at this time. So with all of that being said, I'm going to just start by pulling a 3-card spread from my favorite deck, which is the Energy Oracle Cards deck. So Spirit, what does group number 2 need to know about their twin flame connection at this time? What is going on between group number 2 and their twin flame? Spirit, what does group number 2 need to know about their twin flame at this time? Okay, so I've pulled 3 cards for you, and let's see what they are. Wow, this is a very, very beautiful spread. I know I said that for group number 1 if you also watched that group reading, but this is just a gorgeous spread of cards. The first card I pulled for you is the Victory card. I'm just feeling so much warm energy. I'm not sure if this warm energy is just coming from you and your warm spirit. You may be a very warm, kind, compassionate, empathetic person, but I'm also feeling this kind of warmth from your connection. There is a lot of warmth between you and your twin flame. I'm feeling that very strongly. I just got goosebumps saying that, so I know that some of you have been feeling that lately. If you haven't been feeling showered with love in the 3D lately with your twin flame, then know that it's definitely been happening energetically, that on an energetic level, your twin flame is just feeling so much love and adoration for you right now. And I just want to read a little bit about this card so I can intuitively sense into how this Victory card applies to you and your twin flame connection. Success and achievement. This card shows a beautiful spirit holding a golden victory wreath, an acknowledgement of your achievement. And for some reason, I'm feeling achievement with your connection. I heard the word breakthrough. I feel as though there's been some kind of recent breakthrough within your connection, or again, because time is a bit fluid. So this could be something upcoming for you in this energy. There's been some kind of major positive shift in an upward direction between you and your twin flame, and I feel as though you felt this and actually may have already seen it. Maybe this person reached out, or if not, they are about to reach out for some of you, or you've had some kind of sudden breakthrough, or it felt sudden, but really it was the result of the gradual energetic healing and shifting you have been doing for months or probably years of your life. So I just want to read a little bit more about that. Success is on its way, and you have a sense of pride in what you've worked to accomplish. I feel this is all so connected. For group 1, we really didn't get these specific messages connected to this connection, but I really feel this is connected to you and your twin flame connection. I feel like this victory card really has to do with love and romance and with this relationship and with this person. Again, just coming back to some kind of major breakthrough for you and this person. The achievement may be a great outer success, or it may be a deep inner change that you've been exerting a lot of effort toward. Enjoy the sense of accomplishment, but be careful not to rest on your laurels. People expect outer triumphs to bring great changes, but often there may still be inner work to do. So what I'm hearing with this kind of guidance is just, first of all, applauding you that you are on the right track, that you've had this breakthrough. I feel as though for many of you, you are seeing evidence of the work that you've done energetically on yourself and within this connection. You've seen this breakthrough, which I'll try to get into specifics on what this breakthrough may be a bit later on. I know this is a bit general to start, but I feel as though you're seeing evidence of this that's providing you with even more hope and excitement. But I heard, don't keep taking score. I'm hearing that you should continue keeping your eyes forward, keeping your eyes ahead on this reunion within the twin flame connection, or on whatever kind of goal you've been working towards, you've been manifesting in your life. Keep your eyes ahead. I just saw someone driving a car, and the successes are happening. It's like the successes are passing you, but you don't want to look down at the floor or look out the window to see the successes as they're coming. I hope this makes sense. I know I'm not explaining it in the best way, but you don't want to try to take score of the successes as they're happening, because you are moving so quickly that right now the best thing you can do is keep your eyes ahead. Keep allowing this momentum to push you forward, and keep your eyes forward on your goal so that you don't veer off the path, so that you don't get pulled off course by just taking score too much of all of these concrete manifesting realities around you. So I don't know who that message was for, but I feel like if that was for you, you will know how that resonates. The second card I pulled for you is one of my favorite cards in this deck, and it's the Garden and the Gate. So I'm just going to read a little bit about this card here. Abundant prosperity, staying safe. This card shows a peaceful young woman in a beautifully blossoming garden with colorful flowers all around. I just heard it's springtime, and I feel that this is very metaphoric for you, group number 2, because I feel as though it's springtime in your heart and soul, meaning that you already went through the planting season. You already planted the seeds of your own growth, of your own expansion, of this connection. You already watered those seeds for a long time. You worked very hard on yourself and within this connection. And now you are finally reaping the benefits. Again, I just keep hearing reunion. I really feel like if you aren't in reunion, some kind of major physical 3D breakthrough is either happening or coming in regards to reunion, in regards to a serious deepening of your physical connection with this person. I feel like there is beauty manifesting all around you with this person and with this connection. So the third card I pulled for you is Man Holding a Heart. So let's just read a little bit more about this card and how it may be applying to you. Male dealing with family, love, or emotions. I just heard overcoming emotions. I'm specifically hearing that the divine masculine within your connection has had a major breakthrough in regards to their emotions, and specifically I heard expressing their emotions. So I feel as though your divine masculine, this really brings me back to the lapis lazuli stone that I felt pulled to, because this stone, like I said, connects to the throat chakra and the third eye as well, but mainly the throat. And the throat chakra is connected to our ability to clearly and authentically express ourselves. And I'm actually feeling a kind of past energy with this, as though in the past, the divine masculine within your connection struggled to express their emotions. They felt a lot that they never would put into words or express. And this was frustrating to the divine feminine within this connection, who was very expressive of their emotions and how they felt, and who longed to hear those words of expression from the Divine Masculine. But I really feel as though there's been some kind of a breakthrough with this. Maybe I just heard some of you, I feel this is going to be very specific, but I just kept seeing the image of someone receiving a text message. So I feel as though someone has recently received text message communication from the Divine Masculine if you identify as the Divine Feminine. And I feel as though this resembled some kind of breakthrough within your connection. I feel as though I just heard confession of love, which sounds so dramatic. I don't know if anyone is connecting with that, but I feel like someone specific listening to this recently got some kind of a confession of love from their Divine Masculine. Or if you haven't gotten this, I feel like this is on the way. For some of you, I feel like I just heard pending, as though this confession of love for some of you is pending, but you felt it like energetically, intuitively. You felt as though this person is about to just overflow with expressing their emotions for you, but maybe they've still been holding back a little bit, but you can just sense that they've had this throat chakra breakthrough, that something energetically has shifted, because you are a very energetically sensitive person. You are able to sense into all people's energy, but of course, dominantly your twin flame, because they are sharing your core energetic frequency. So as an intuitive person, you are able to feel your twin flame's energy more strongly than anyone else's. And I feel as though you felt this throat chakra shift. You felt them opening up energetically. And for some of you, this contact has already been made in the physical. For others of you, you can feel it pending. You feel it coming. So I would really admonish you at this time to hold steady, to hold fast. If this communication hasn't come in yet, know that it's coming. Know that these breakthroughs are happening, and don't step into action too quickly, but rather focus on holding the energy within. I feel as though much of the energy has already shifted, but it's very important for you at this time to hold that clear energetic space, specifically a clarity, an energetic clearness in the throat chakra. Again, the seat of communication, of authentic self-expression, because this is where your Divine Masculine has struggled most in the past, and where he is having this breakthrough, where he is healing most dominantly at this time. So at this point, I would like to recommend to those of you who are already members on my subliminal site, I would absolutely recommend incorporating my 7 chakra twin flame clearing subliminal, because this includes specifically for the throat chakra the binaural beat frequency associated with opening and retuning the throat chakra to its natural energetic state. And there are also several affirmations, subliminal affirmations, within this track that are specifically targeted to the throat chakra. And of course, this is a general twin flame clearing subliminal, so it also addresses blockages in all the other 6 chakras. But this is actually very important for you as well, because energy is very fluid, and when it comes to the chakras, if one chakra is blocked, like in this case with your Divine Masculine, the throat chakra, it tends to cause the other 6 chakras to become imbalanced as well, which is really why I recommend such a comprehensive approach to energy work, to clearing this energy within yourself, and in doing so, shifting the balance of the energy in your connection. So to explore more about this 7 chakra twin flame subliminal, I will leave a link to it below in the pinned comment under your group timestamp, as well as in the description box. Now, so far, these messages have all been very strongly related to your twin flame, which wasn't as much the case for group number 1, which also leads me to believe that this energy for you is more active than the first group in the 3D, meaning I feel like you and this person have been in a more active 3D kind of connection with one another, either communicating over text. I keep hearing text. I feel like a lot of you are maybe exclusively texting your twin flame or talking quite a bit over text. And I keep feeling this very lighthearted feeling, like I just want to laugh at nothing, by the way. This is so random, but I'm just getting this energy like humor plays a really big role between you and your twin flame, and that your twin flame could make anything funny to you, or that you could do this to them. And that this is one of the main ways that you connect with each other, through your sense of humor. This won't apply to everyone, but someone is bringing through that energy very strongly. So if that applies to you, you will know. For group number 1, I pulled a few more of these energy oracle cards, and group number 2, I think I'm going to do the same for you, just to get more specific messages. So Spirit, can you clarify more specifically for us in regards to group number 2? What kinds of achievements or breakthroughs have been happening or are coming within group number 2's twin flame connection? What breakthroughs are happening for group number 2? Okay, so I've got 3 more cards here. Okay, so I pulled the victory card again, guys, for my first card. So this is just Spirit reiterating to us that the main breakthrough you've had is in regards to success, to some kind of achievement, to some kind of breakthrough within this connection. This is just reiterating that upward positive momentum and growth. And I just feel a kind of boldness and confidence radiating through this card. The second card I pulled for you is the Sun card. So I'm just going to read a little bit about this connection in regards to this card that I just pulled for you, group number 2. The sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. Okay, so I feel like for you, everything has been culminating to this moment. Once again, that illustration of springtime is coming up again, which really makes me think that in the past, you've been through some difficult, long winter that felt endless to you at the time. It felt as though you were going to be healing and growing forever with no end in sight. I saw a dark tunnel that seems like it had no light at the end, but all of that is very much energetically in the past for you. You're coming into this fresh, brand new beginning. I keep hearing a new start with this person, and I feel as though this new start may have been a long time in coming, and it's been an arduous journey for you, but now you are in the celebration phases, almost the reunion phases of this connection. If you aren't in union yet or coming into some kind of reunion physically, I feel like this is right. I just heard on the horizon, right on the horizon for you, that you are right on the brink of this very real coming together. And I feel that you already know this, that you've done the work on yourself, that your twin flame has done the work, and that you are just renewing this connection, feeling the newness, the freshness of this connection in a more powerful way than ever before. And interestingly, the third card I pulled for you is Envy in the reverse. I rarely pull this card, but I'm already feeling that this won't apply to all of you, but I feel for some of you, this is speaking to a major block that you had to overcome within your connection. I feel that many of you struggled with insecurity. You struggled with a deep-seated feeling of unworthiness when it came to love, and I'm feeling guided to say this wasn't your fault. There was some kind of external force that actually programmed these negative beliefs into your subconscious mind. I feel like this negative force could have been simply just society itself, the way that society understands and teaches and exemplifies love. The love that we learn through our upbringing and through society is not unconditional. It has so many strings attached. It doesn't see us for our authentic soul self. It only sees appearances, the surface level. So I feel that for some of you, you've always felt as though you had to put on a mask, put on an appearance. On this card, for a second, I mistook this woman's face for a mask. It isn't a mask, it just looked that way when the card was reversed upside down, which really leads me to think that some of you are finally having the courage to take off this mask, to step into your authentic self, to reveal this self to your twin flame, to be loved as this authentic person. And I feel that many of you, and this won't be all of you, but I feel some wounded feminine coming through who had envy or who had kind of these wounds related to other women who had insecurities. Maybe you were cheated on in the past, or maybe your parents had a relationship in which your father cheated on your mother or something of that nature, or you saw some kind of example of these relationships where the masculine energy was unloyal and abandoned the feminine energy for a third-party feminine, and this caused some kind of wound within you that caused you to actually envy other women, to always compare yourself to other women, and to never feel as though you were measuring up, and because of that you wore this mask. And finally, you have released that need to compare. You have taken off that mask, and it's actually because of your courage in doing that and standing authentically and releasing those feelings of envy, those feelings of insecurity, that is the reason, or a big part of the reason, that you have shifted this energy within you and in regards to this connection, and that you are now experiencing this victory, experiencing this new beginning with this person. You have become highly magnetic for them. I would like to pause and say that if this is resonating with you, which this is a very specific message, so it may just be for one single person, but if it is resonating with you, I highly recommend continuing to clear away any of these insecurities, doubts, and fears that cause us to want to wear this mask, to be afraid to express our authentic self. This is something that I am personally just getting goosebumps about as I speak about it, because I resonate with it so personally, because within my own twin flame connection, I just feel guided to share that this was a big struggle for me, this kind of feminine wound and this kind of envy, and seeing this example of disloyalty in the wounded masculine energy, and in reaction to that energy, wearing this mask myself, radiating this insecure energy, demagnetizing myself for love in general, and especially for my twin flame connection. And the way I truly released all of these insecurities and stepped into my own confidence and power and magnetized in my twin flame in a more powerful way was through subliminal healing. So specifically, I personally listen to a general 7 chakra clearing subliminal every single morning. I meditate to it first thing in the morning, and I find that it helps me to maintain this energetic clarity, because I have cleared these blocks of envy and insecurity. However, just like with anything or any kind of healing we do emotionally or on ourselves, it's important to continue to move forward every day, to continue to shift that energy in a positive way every day, because energy needs to flow. And in order to keep the energetic healing and balancing process going, we must keep it in motion. We must keep the energy moving, keep grounding ourselves, clearing our energy every single day. It's really a daily self-healing practice. So if this is resonating with you specifically, I will leave a link to my general 7 chakra clearing, as well as the one I already mentioned that is specifically designed for twin flames. I will leave both of those under your timestamp in the pinned comment and the description box of this video. So now that we've really read into the energy of your situation with your twin flame, I want to figure out or channel some potential letter initials. Now, these letters could be your twin flame's first, middle, or last name, your first, middle, or last name. Sometimes they spell words. They could be something just related to you or your connection. Or, as I always say, when I get into these very hyper-specific portions of the reading, really do just listen to your own intuition, because I include this because some of you really resonate with it and really like it. But I also recognize that sometimes information is hidden or masked from us when we aren't ready for it, or when it is too specific in a reading. So this may not necessarily resonate with you, and that is okay. So today, rather than cards, I actually have letter dice. So I'm going to be rolling 6 dice for you. So Spirit, who is group number 2's twin flame? What are some letter initials associated with either group number 2, their twin flame, or their connection? Okay, so I have V, P, V again. Some of you are strongly pulling that V initial, E, and I. This almost spells the word live, but not quite. We have the IVE, but not the L. And for some reason, I'm really strongly feeling like some of you are feeling more energized and more alive, or maybe you're feeling alive for the first time in your life. You're feeling as though you've been in this period of waiting, been in this winter, and now you are finally coming to life. Or if this doesn't apply generally in your life, within your connection, I feel this connection is being brought to life, being brought above the earth, just like the flowers that you plant and that are dormant in the winter and then sprout above the earth in the springtime. This connection is truly coming into full life, color, and vibrancy for you at this time. I'm actually feeling guided to do a second roll because one of those dice, the reason I only named 5 letters, is one dice was actually a wild card. So I'm just going to roll again. E again, I again, Z twice. Wow, guys. Wild and Q. So take those letter initials as they resonate with you. And now, because many of you enjoy this part of the reading, I am going to pull some potential signs. These could be either some of your signs that are strong in your chart, your twin flames sign, or the sign of some kind of third-party energy or any energy that may be involved in your connection at this time. So give me just one moment to get those cards. And guys, you won't believe this, but I went to pause this reading just now so I could pull the cards for you. And I paused it at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and it was like 10 something. I'm sure it won't line up exactly like that when I edit, but that was just so synchronistic. That's really just spirit affirming to us that you are coming into some kind of union here. I'm feeling such strong twin flame reunion energy from you. I even just felt a tingling on the top of my head in the crown chakra area, just really reaffirming that the divine forces that are really working within your connection, really active, really bringing you together. So now, Spirit, what are some signs either for group number 2, group number 2's person, group number 2's twin flame, or this connection? What are some signs connected to group number 2? Okay, I have Aquarius, which ironically I also had for group number 1. Sometimes I pull some of the same signs for these readings. Okay, what sign is connected to group number 2 and their twin flame? Pisces. And they've got 2 here, Aries and Leo. So if those signs resonate with you or your twin flame, you know who you are. And now I am just going to pull a couple cards from the Lovers Oracle deck. These are channeled messages that I am going to interpret in a way as though they were coming directly from your twin flame. I like to just imagine these messages like your twin flame's way of speaking to you energetically on a higher level, because as we know, sometimes so much communication happens in the 5th dimension that doesn't happen in the 3D. So Spirit, what does group number 2 need to hear from their twin flame at this time? And I'm actually feeling guided to pull 3 messages. Okay. Whoa, you guys have a lot of messages coming through. I hope you guys don't mind. I was only going to pull 3, but then 2 of them were stuck together. So now 4 cards came out. So hopefully these all fit together in some way. Okay. So the first card I pulled is Passion. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So again, this is really just reinforcing to me the 3D physical manifestations happening within your connection. The next message is, let there be closeness between you, but always give each other space. Love never claims, it simply allows and gives. Wow, guys, I just got a wave of goosebumps because I feel this is actually directly connecting to whoever was resonating with the message about envy in the reverse. Having released those feelings of envy and insecurity, because I feel that whoever this was for, whoever felt the need to wear that mask and has now removed it, you will find that, like I said, you have to keep shifting and clearing your energy over and over, because of course you will find at times these fears and insecurities crop back up. You may find yourself wanting to put on that mask again, wanting to become insecure again or envious, or to reopen that feminine wound. But whenever that happens, choose to love unconditionally, for lack of a better word. Choose to give this person space. So what I'm hearing, I'm trying to word this in the right way for you, whoever is resonating with this. I'm trying to word this in the right way because I feel like it's very important. But if this is resonating with you, I feel like you need to know that yes, you are coming into this physical reunion. Yes, this physical connection is manifesting, but be sure that as it continues to unfold, you continue to reassure yourself, to reaffirm to yourself that love is not ownership. I'm hearing that very strongly. That love is freedom, that love is unconditional, that both you are free and this person is free. And yet what I heard in my head is that when you set this person free and when they set you free, you will always choose one another. And that is the beauty of this twin flame connection. So always choose your own freedom and this person's freedom as well. Always set them free to their own highest good, to their own choices and decisions, because they will always choose you, and you can trust that. You can release this need to control. Wow, I just so strongly, I almost choked up because I felt this feeling as though many of you have felt unworthy, and that is why you felt as though you have to, wow, I'm about to tear up. You felt like you had to force someone to choose you, because if they were truly free, if you weren't claiming them, if you didn't have this dependency, this codependency within your relationship, you were afraid that they wouldn't choose you. And you need to hear your twin flame is telling you, I need you to set me free, but when you set me free, I will always choose you. I will always be drawn to you. You don't have to worry about me choosing someone else, because on a higher level, I would choose you over and over again. And in fact, I have chosen you over and over again in lifetime after lifetime. And I will continue to do that in this lifetime and the next. And that is just coming through very strong for some of you. The next card is soulmate, but I want to clarify here that this isn't saying that this person is a soulmate as opposed to a twin flame. But really, I often say a twin flame is like a form of a very, very high level soulmate energy. Yes, it is very different from a soulmate, but oftentimes because within society, we associate the words soulmate, divine counterpart, twin flame, life partner. Some people mix up all of these energies. So within this card, whenever the soulmate card comes up in a twin flame reading, I take it as the equivalent of a twin flame card, that this is your highest lover, your divine counterpart. And what it says is, they are already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So I feel like this is specifically speaking to those of you who are not yet seeing all of the physical manifestations, because like I said, I can feel that this energy is very active in the physical. However, you are all listening to this at different stages within this physical reunion. So some of you may be in union or really coming into reunion at this time, and others of you may not be seeing all of that physical evidence manifesting yet. And this card is really reminding you to trust that everything is unfolding for you, to trust what you've intuitively felt, that this energy is shifting, is moving in a powerful way, that there is this warmth and this depth of connection between you and this person. And lastly, we have give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Do you see this recurring theme of just manifesting blessings, something coming? There is definitely this energy of forward motion, of movement, of manifestation within your connection. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So I just keep seeing this recurring theme also of worthiness. I feel some of you have struggled in the past with feeling worthy, and this probably isn't just in regards to your connection with your twin flame, but probably in all areas of your life. And you are learning to release this, but you are just being reaffirmed too by Spirit that it is safe to feel worthy of this love, that you are secure within abundance, within love, within connection, that you are worthy of all of those things, of having all of those things. And I just heard capable of maintaining. I feel someone specifically listening, this may just be one person, has a fear that if they got love, they wouldn't be able to keep it or maintain it. And you're being asked to release that because you are worthy not just of love coming in, but love staying with you, supporting you, and continuing to support you day in and day out, not just energetically, but physically too. Just connecting back with these physical 3D manifestations that are happening or about to happen within your connection. So I hope that all of that resonates with some of you. I felt many different energies coming through, so just take whatever seemed to strike a chord with your own soul. And the very last thing I'm going to do is actually pull some traits and characteristics. I didn't do this for group 1, but I feel as though some of you, it's like I just saw your twin flame writing you a love letter, like they just have things they want to say about how they feel about you, or some kind of love letter energetically that they want to send you on a higher level at this time. So I hope that through pulling some of these traits, we can read into maybe some of the things that they love about you or about your connection. So Spirit, what does group number 2's twin flame love about this connection, or love about them, or want them to know? What kind of expression of love does group number 2 want to give it this time? So the first thing I pulled is angelic. So I'm feeling this very generally. I just feel as though your twin flame feels as though you're a very angelic, a very radiant person. And in fact, I'm feeling for some of you, they've even been a bit scared. If your twin flame is the divine masculine, I feel like this angelic energy from you has almost felt so pure. It's almost seemed untouchable to them at times, or they've almost just felt unworthy of it. Interesting is the second one. So I feel as though this is more so a fascination, that your twin flame is just fascinated with so much about you. I'm feeling like these are general because they just love so many things about you. They're almost at a loss for words. Art. I knew this was going to come through. I'm feeling very strongly that you are a creative or an artistic person, that you really express yourself either through some form of physical artwork like painting or drawing, or some kind of musical artwork or writing, or that you really create beautiful things, and that this is something your twin flame really, really admires about you. And I'll pull one more thing, face. So I feel like this is actually very literal. Sometimes I take this to mean like you have to face something within your connection. But I feel like in this case, your twin flame actually feels as though you have a very pure, angelic looking face, that they really love your face. And I actually just heard they love you with the mask off. So I feel this again connects with whoever really resonated with those messages about wearing a mask, that metaphorically, not only does your twin flame love your physical beauty, the beauty of your angelic face, but that they also love you without the mask on metaphorically. They love you when you are being your true authentic self, showing your true face, showing your true colors. So group 2, thank you for joining me for this reading. I can tell you have a very beautiful energy, both individually and within this connection. If I resonated with you, please subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And just to reiterate, if you would like to access the 2 subliminals I mentioned in this reading, which were the 7 chakra clearing subliminals, one just a general clearing and one specifically for twin flames, whichever one resonated with you, you can access both of those subliminals as well as any of the more than 100 subliminals in my library when you create a 7-day free trial account on my website. So more information about that will be linked in the pinned comment and the description box of this video. I hope you have a truly wonderful rest of your week, group number 2. I'll talk to you again in the next reading. Hello, group number 3. If you chose the 3rd card, then welcome to your reading. I just wanted to let you know that as I was kind of just beginning to read into the energy of the card you chose, I found myself really drawn to this clear quartz crystal that was sitting on my desk. So to me, this really signifies some kind of energetic alignment happening either within you or within your connection. You may also be a light worker if you identify or kind of resonate with that term. Someone who uses the power of light metaphorically to transmute darkness into light. Maybe you are someone who has experienced a lot of darkness in your own life that has been transmuted into light. And as I was saying that, I saw coal becoming a diamond. And I feel as though for a long time you felt as though you were a diamond in the rough. You knew your own soul's potential, but maybe you felt as though there was something that was burying your potential, or that others couldn't see it or couldn't see you for what you truly were, for the radiant, magnificent being that you were. And I can't read in too specifically into all of that so far. I just wanted to give you some kind of a sense of a little bit of what I'm initially getting from your group energy. So the first thing I'm going to do for your reading is just pull a couple cards, and one just almost fell out, from my Energy Oracle Cards deck. And I just want to use these cards to give us an idea of, and another card fell out. Wow, you must have a very powerful energy, group number 3, because this did not happen with the other 2 groups, but 2 cards just fell out almost right away. Okay, so now I'm going to pull your 3rd card. Spirit, what does group number 3 need to know about their twin flame or their twin flame connection, the energy of this connection? What does group 3 need to know at this time? Okay. Let's see what we've got here. The first card I pulled for you is the Sun card, which this is actually the 2nd time that this card has come up in this reading I've been doing today. But this card, to me, I just instantly heard divine feminine healing, because on this card, there is this beautiful woman on this card, basking under the sun, just looking so radiant. And this really takes me back to that clear quartz I was feeling drawn to. I feel like group number 3, many of you may be the divine feminine energy. And if not, even if you are the divine masculine, I feel as though you have a kind of radiance about you, a kind of pull, a kind of magnetism that you are finally consciously realizing and coming into in a more profound way. So I am just going to read a little bit about this Sun card. The sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. And also this card in general is associated with new beginnings and great creativity. And for some reason that word creativity was jumping out at me. So some of you listening may have recently begun or are in the process of doing some kind of new creative project. Or for some of you, this may not be. Project may be too rigid of a word. You may just be feeling into your own creativity in a more conscientious way. I feel as though some of you are coming into some kind of new creative gift or talent, or realizing that you have some creative interests that you weren't aware of before. And I just heard spiritual awakening. I feel many of you have gone through a big spiritual awakening, and this awakening actually brought out within you a shift in your gifts or interests. I feel like this may just be one of you listening, but I just felt this energy of someone who used to do certain hobbies. Like I'm hearing very traditional kinds of hobbies one might have through school and in teenage years, like sports, or like playing in choir or the orchestra or something like that. Or you had very standard hobbies, but then you went through this spiritual awakening, probably in connection to your twin flame connection or being a twin flame. And after this spiritual awakening was triggered, you had this major shift in your interests, and it was almost confusing for you because you'd always liked to do certain things, and suddenly you lost interest in those old things and gained interest in these new passions and hobbies. But at this point in your life, I feel as though you're really feeling into those gifts, and as a result, because of your creativity, you are radiating this newfound beauty and magnetism. Not just magnetism in regards to manifesting within your life in terms of general life abundance or success, but actually within your connection. Your twin flame is feeling really magnetized by you radiating your light within these new creative gifts or talents. For some of you, this may be spiritual work. Again, the concept of light worker keeps coming up. So some of you may be a light worker, although I feel guided to say that just know that light workers come in all kinds of callings. So I feel society, or the way we traditionally understand light work, is as someone doing inherently what we would call spiritual work. But this actually isn't true. Light workers are needed in all callings. So I feel as though some of you may not realize that the work you're doing is spiritual because it doesn't look that way to others on the surface. It might be something like painting or drawing, or sharing your voice in some way through writing. I just saw a blue stone, like a lapis lazuli, associated with the throat chakra. So I feel as though some of you may use your voice. I heard public speaker or author, writer, something with your voice or with art. And I feel as though someone needs to hear that this is your work. That is your work. Because I feel like someone has been watching a lot of spiritual videos and hearing about light work, about spirituality and spiritual awakening, and wondering like, well, I have these creative gifts and talents, but they aren't really spiritual. But what you need to know is that they are, that you are on your path, and that through these gifts, you are awakening others. Wow, I just got goosebumps. Through creating your art, through sharing your voice, you are triggering a spiritual awakening in others. You are reawakening others to the truth of their soul. Wow, I'm almost about to cry, because that is, you are doing such beautiful work, but you don't even realize how powerful and transformative the work you're doing actually is. So the second card I got for you rarely comes up in these readings, but it's actually a financial constraints card. So I feel like for some of you, you have all of this creativity, all of these gifts, and all of this newfound energetic magnetism, and you feel that. And yet, I feel for some of you, the money isn't coming, just to be blunt. The finances aren't coming. And this is very frustrating for some of you, because I feel like you are highly creative. Maybe you're a writer or a painter. Like I said, you use your voice in some way, and you feel as though you're living your passion or coming into your passion. You know who you were born to be, what you were destined to do. Wow, I just got goosebumps. You've always known is what I heard. I feel like many of you knew from actually a young age what you were supposed to do. And yes, maybe you were veered off course into more traditional hobbies or interests, but there was some part of you that always knew who you were destined to become. And yet, the thing that's holding you back from doing this thing, I heard even from dedicating time to it. Some of you are actually hesitant to even put time into this creative gift or passion or hobby because you don't see how it's going to fund your lifestyle. You don't see how it's going to support you. I just saw this contrast between, the earth energy, that kind of root chakra energy, that grounding, stable energy, that concrete, finances, money in the bank account, that manifested energy, in contrast to this beautiful throat chakra, third eye chakra, even heart chakra kind of energy that you are using through your creative gifts and talents. And you're seeing this contrast. You're not sure how the two are going to play together. But what I'm being guided to tell you is that, and I'm just getting this tingling on my crown chakra, reaffirming to me that this is what you need to hear. If this is resonating with you, you need to hear that as you invest time in your creative passions, as you follow that energy of your passions, your hobbies, your interests, when you open up your heart chakra and your throat chakra and third eye and crown, really all of those upper level chakras, especially through expressing these passions, hobbies, and gifts, you actually work to shift the energy of your entire being, and you become magnetic, not just in kind of an airy-fairy esoteric sense, but magnetic for all the things you desire, including the wealth and abundance you desire and deserve to experience in your life. So I feel as though some of you listening, if that resonates with you, you may benefit from my 7-chakra money clearing subliminal. This is one that I actually often use myself because personally, I was raised with many limiting beliefs about money. These beliefs we hear growing up actually become deeply absorbed into our subconscious mind, and it becomes so fatal and detrimental. I definitely felt it myself with finances, because when you're raised to believe that money is the root of all evil, or you have to work hard all the time to make money, or that you don't deserve money, or that you're not smart enough to make money, these ideas really become deeply rooted in your unconscious. And as a result, they affect your energy. They have a huge impact on your energy and demagnetize you for attracting money into your life. And when you begin to clear out these negative thoughts and beliefs about money through all of the 7 chakras, you can begin to manifest truly holistic abundance that flows in some of the most perfect and unexpected ways. So if this part of the reading is resonating with you, I will leave that 7-chakra money clearing subliminal linked in the pinned comment under your timestamp, group number 3. So the third card I pulled for you is actually Storm Warning in reverse. This Storm Warning card in the upright position usually indicates some kind of negative event or something that will be perceived to be negative or challenging, some kind of obstacle on the horizon. But for you, it's in the reverse position, which leads me, for some reason, I instantly heard crisis averted, like a car that nearly got into an accident but veered off just in time. And I feel as though for some of you, you are anxious. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. Some of you are anxious about something coming up in the future. For some of you, this may be very literal, concrete, even monetary, something like a bill that needs to be paid, or something like worrying about the future in some way. And for some of you, I feel you'll instantly connect with this, with something that's been on your mind that you've been worried about. But I'm hearing from Spirit, you can actually release this anxiety because you are being, I'm just getting so many chills during your reading. You guys have a very, very powerful energy. I've gotten goosebumps almost the whole time. But anyway, I feel as though you are just surrounded by this divine protection. You have some very strong spirit guides on your team, on your side, that are always guiding and directing you. And you need to know that you are going to be led around any obstacles. I saw someone blindfolded. Like, even if you were blindfolded, you would be led by the hand around these obstacles. And at times I feel, group number 3, you may feel as though you are blind, as though there are all these obstacles in your path that you can't even foresee, and you're not even sure how to navigate them, around them, and it's causing you a lot of anxiety. But you need to know that you are going to be guided. You are always divinely protected and guided. But if you are really struggling with these feelings of anxiety, uncertainty, because you are being asked to trust, to release them, I would highly recommend my subliminal specifically for deep anxiety relief, just to relax you, to relax your energy, allow that energy to freely flow, and even relax your physical body. So if you are interested specifically in that subliminal, that will also be linked under your timestamp in the pinned comment, just because I feel some of you would really benefit just from being able to mentally relax, because I feel for some of you, this anxiety over something impending or just general anxiety about the future is causing you, I heard, unnecessary stress. Like the divine forces guiding your life want you to know that this is unnecessary stress, that you don't have to worry, that you're going to be led around these obstacles. But that I feel that in worrying about these things, although you are going to avoid these crises, you don't need to worry about that. The fact that you are worrying is actually preventing you from being able to truly tap into those creative passions and hobbies, truly be able to hone in your gifts, to be able to focus on your passions. And that is the key to your abundance, to your success, and to your happiness and fulfillment. So you're really being guided to release your anxiety and focus back on your strengths, on your gifts, on your passions. Wow, those messages were coming through so strong. So if those are resonating with you, I feel you know who you are. I do just want to read a little bit more into your energy in regards to your twin flame, because these have been highly individualistic messages, I feel. Messages more about your life path and career and your passions. Spirit, I want to know more about group number 3's twin flame. What does group number 3 need to know about their twin flame at this time? We'll just see what comes through for you, group number 3. I'm kind of feeling 4 cards for you guys. Wow, okay. So the first card, this is just to reaffirm our intentions here. We are now trying to read specifically into your twin flame connection, group number 3. The first card I got for you is Envy in the reverse, and this is actually the second time this card has come up in this video. It came up in a previous reading. But I'm feeling a very past energy from this, as though many of you, group number 3, may have struggled with feelings of insecurity or even envy in the past. I just heard in my head you wanted what you couldn't have. So I don't know if this is in regards to wanting your twin flame, but there being some kind of a third party, or if this is specifically just longing for a kind of love and romance, a kind of connection that you weren't sure you could attain or were worthy of. But I feel as though you've mostly released this energy. You've done a lot of inner healing work. And I can reaffirm that you've done this healing because the very second card is Goddess of the Moon. So I feel as though you're really stepping into this high priestess energy, this goddess energy, that you are realizing your divine nature. And this connects back specifically to the uncovering and the cultivating of your passions and hobbies and interests, those things that truly set your soul on fire. And I feel like in expressing yourself in those ways, you are actually continuing to step into your goddess power. I do just want to read a little bit more about this Goddess of the Moon. So let's see what other messages we can get for you about this card, group number 3. Intuition, going within. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright, reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upward, receiving the light of the moon, the light of inspiration. Again, there's that light theme, just like with the clear quartz and the feeling that many of you are light workers. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to see it. So I really feel very strongly with this card that the way in which you receive intuition, the way in which you express your goddess energy, and even the core of your light work, the core of your mission as a light worker, for those of you resonating with that, is directly connected to receiving and sharing intuition, divine intuition, and then expressing that through these passions. I feel like many of you, I just heard channelers but don't know it. I feel many of you are musicians or artists or writers. You channel this divine information. I just heard light language. I feel many of you channel light language through your words, through your speech, through your creativity, through your artwork, through your music, but you don't even recognize just how powerful you are. You don't even recognize just how much of a goddess or a god, if you are the divine masculine, that you are. The third card I pulled for you is appreciation. So let's read a little bit more about this card. So this card says choosing gratitude. I'm hearing from this already self-gratitude, choosing to appreciate yourself, because whatever you appreciate, that word appreciate means to increase. And I just heard for you increase in value. The more you notice, recognize, and to self-acknowledge all of your amazing, wonderful, positive traits, the more you increase your value, not in the sense that your inner value increases, because your inner value is already limitless. You already have that limitless potential within you. But I actually hear this in a very material 3D way, that the more that you self-appreciate, the more you will magnetize that positive attention from others, the more you will magnetize that success you desire, the more you will overcome those financial constraints, if that part of the reading resonated with you, and truly draw in, call in all of those physical manifestations of value that you desire to experience. So I just want to read a little bit more. This card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. So what I'm actually feeling from this is that many of you, like I said earlier, may be experiencing some kind of difficulty in regards to finances or something in the future that you're worried about, but you're being asked to focus, even if it's just one positive trait that you can see, one positive manifestation on in your life or about yourself. Focus solely on that single rose, on that one thing, and ignore all the negativity around you, all the brambles, the weeds around you. Because the more you appreciate and focus on those positive things, even if it's only one positive thing you can see, the more you nurture that thing, the more that I just saw roses beginning to grow up all around you. The metaphor here is if you focus on the beauty of the one rose in your hand and ignore the thorns and brambles all around you, when you do that, roses will begin to spring up all over, all around you, all around, and they will overpower all of those brambles. But it all begins with choosing to shift your focus. And this really, again, ties back to releasing that anxiety. Release your anxieties, your fears, your doubts. Focus on the beauty. And again, I'm for many of you hearing that the avenue to doing this, for many of you, will be carving out that time for those creative passions and hobbies, those things that excite you, that fill you with passion, that cause you to just naturally light up. Focusing your attention on those beautiful things that you have or can create in your life will just create more and more beauty and beautiful, magnificent manifestations within your life and within this connection. So the fourth card I pulled for you is patience. So many of these messages coming through are individualistic. However, the patience card I feel tied directly to your twin flame. I feel as though you are being asked to be patient. I heard patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself and with your twin flame as you are both coming into your God force and goddess energy, depending on whether you are the divine feminine or masculine. I feel as though in many ways you are both stepping into your power and purpose at this time. And I just saw two strands that seem to be separate but intertwined together. I feel like sometimes when you look at your twin flame connection, you're not sure how everything is going to fit together. You're coming into this awareness of what your passions, your true soul purpose might be, but you're not sure how your path and your twin flame's path are going to intertwine. But you're being asked to have patience because I do see an intertwining, an interweaving of these two paths. I see that your spiritual path and your twin flame's spiritual path will perfectly intertwine together to create something even more magnificent in the future. But just like with everything in your life, you are being asked to release your anxieties about this situation and to have patience at this time. So that is as in-depth as I can see for you. I know that many of the messages that came through were still very life-related in general. I never know what's going to come through in these readings, but I hope that gave you the information that you needed at this time about both your life and your connection. And now I am actually going to try to channel some potential letter initials. Now these could be your first, middle, or last name initials, your twin flame's first, middle, or last name, or this could be any initials that connect to you or your twin flame connection. Rather than pulling cards today, I actually have letter dice, so I'm trying these out for the first time today, and we will see how it goes. So Spirit, what are some initials of group number 3's twin flame or group number 3, or some initials related to group 3's situation? So I just got F, O, V, A, X, and then a wild dice that I'll roll again, and G. So I got G twice, actually. It's funny because as I was starting to say some of those letters, I had F, G, and I started thinking of the word forgive, but not forgive in the sense of, although some of you, it may be forgiving a past pain or past hurt, but I feel for most of you, this is forgive as in release. And as I felt that word release entering my mind, I just felt this releasing, like this exhale within my physical body. And I feel as though some of you are literally just being asked to relax, just to release the past, to release your anxieties, just to simply let go and to trust. I'm going to give these dice one more roll just to try to give us a few more potential letter initials in your situation. So I got U, S, F, R, I, and then S again. That's very interesting. Several of the same letters came up a second time, kind of just reaffirming some of those letters. So now I am going to pull some potential signs. These could be signs that are strong in your birth chart or your twin flames chart, or signs that resonate with you in some way. It could also be signs of a third-party energy if you do have a third-party connection involved. So let me go ahead and get those cards. Okay, Spirit, so what are some signs for group number 3? What is group number 3's twin flame sign or group number 3's sign? Any signs that will resonate with group number 3? Okay, I got Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, and Sagittarius. So again, these hyper-specific portions of the reading may resonate with some of you and not all of you, and that is completely okay. I just hope that from this reading you receive whatever you need to hear at this time. Now, finally, the last thing I'm going to do is pull some cards from the Lover's Oracle deck, just to give us some kind of message, a channeled message from your twin flame to you at this time, specifically from your twin flame's higher self. So Spirit, what does group number 3's twin flame want to tell them at this time? Okay, so the very first card I pulled was Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes, and I find it interesting that it says Cupid's arrow considering that Valentine's Day is coming up in just 2 days, and we usually associate Cupid with Valentine's Day, so I strongly felt that Valentine's Day is going to be an important day for you and your connection, group number 3. So I'm not sure if you may have some kind of date or outing planned with your twin flame for that day, or maybe on that day your twin flame may reach out, they may text or call you, or there may be some kind of shift that happens on that day. I'm just feeling a strong association with Valentine's Day for that card. Spirit, what else does group number 3's twin flame want to tell them at this time? What does group number 3 need to know from their twin flame? Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Wow, so this really connects back with those feelings of worthiness that have come up over and over again. I feel as though many of you feel like you have to choose between different things in your life. For example, I feel like this already, I kind of touched on this, but many of you have the subconscious belief that you have to choose between doing something you love that you're passionate about and money, or you feel as though you have to, maybe in regards to your twin flame connection, that there's some kind of choice where if you choose one, you're going to be missing out on the other. There's this kind of lack mentality I'm sensing from some of you. And I feel guided to, I just saw scissors cutting the bonds of that negative thinking, of that lack mentality. You can free yourself to the knowing that you can have it all, that you can truly have both abundance and spiritual fulfillment, that you can have this twin flame connection, as well as everything else you desire, that everything will weave itself together in your life. You can trust that, and you can trust not only that you can have it, but that you are worthy of it. So group number 3, I think that's a good place to leave your reading. If I did resonate with you, please subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. The subliminals I mentioned in your reading will be linked in the pinned comment under your timestamp, as well as in the description box. You can access any of these subliminals completely free for 7 days, as well as any of the more than 100 subliminals I've created on my website when you create a free trial account on my site. So thank you so much again for joining me in today's reading. Have a wonderful rest of your week.